If you've been following tech news over the last 2 years, you may be thinking that all innovation currently revolves around AI. Companies are racing to deliver the latest AI-powered this or that, not always to great effect. So, is the AI craze sucking out oxygen from the room for other innovations? As always, we'd love to hear your thoughts on emerging AI technologies and current market trends, so head on over to our social media and leave us a comment. Here in the studio, we're joined by Yvie Tai, the Director of Business Development at Qualcomm, speaking to us from Taipei. And in Tokyo, we have Yuki Shirato from Techstars, Tokyo. Yvie, is it possible that a groundbreaking technology like AI actually stunts or even sometimes stops innovation in other areas?
That's a very interesting question, but I think I'm thinking the other way around. Because with AI, it might reduce lots of efforts and the cost in developing a solution, and hence a quicker time to market. So we're thinking the staff may even focus their R&D in advancing the area they are they advertise with. For example, like a biomedical or robotics or food preparation, etc. So through this R&D resource process, AI can help them to accelerate their development and also improve their decision-making process. And so we are thinking AI is playing the supporting role instead of as the question you are bringing up. But as the AI booming, we are seeing more applications coming from very diversified industries. For the healthcare, for the medical company, for the biomedical companies, for some areas, their core is like IT. They were not in the IT industry before, but now with AI, they can adapt it and then can accelerate their growth by adopting new technology and to have a new concept of product launch for the industry. So we are seeing AI is a tool chain that actually enable lots of new possibility of a new area to grow even quicker than before. So I'm seeing this is the other way around.
Well, good to know. Yuki, what is the view over there in Japan? I'm sure AI has grabbed the attention of both founders and investors, but do you think that the amount of attention that people are paying AI is adequate, or are some people focusing on it a little too much?
Right. So I think it depends on how you define AI. So if you limit AI to a very small, like a circle of group of companies that are, for example, building foundational models, LLMs, that would be very, very small. But AI native companies, like Yvie said, that any company can use AI and should use AI to accelerate or optimize the process of anything, right? The HR or services or healthcare, fintech, anything. So I think if you define AI as AI native companies, I think it is inevitable that the capital and then top talent are flocked together to be the AI, field. So I think you're right that the AI is sucking so much oxygen from the room, but I think as long as the room is filled with a lot of people, in terms of the industries and then what they're going to achieve, and I think that's okay.
Well, Yvie, we probably all realize that the US is one of the biggest drivers of AI innovation, or US-based companies. How far ahead are they in this, I don't want to say AI race, but let's say AI-friendly competition, especially in the light of what we're seeing coming out of China, like DeepSeek?
Yeah, I think for sure, as a employee of a US corporate, we do agree US is very good at advanced AI platform or AI models. But meanwhile, I think a region like Taiwan or APEC has a supply chain, has a regional industrial need. They are all very key to drive the AI development across industries and to help the AI to be able to really commercialize and landing in some areas. So it might remind people about like a 5G deployment. in the past maybe 5 or 10 years ago when we start to deploy 5G network. Let's start from the US, but then now it's just like electricity. You will expect to have 5G everywhere, and all the innovation can happen anywhere with 5G and with AI together in a very short period. So I think definitely technology, maybe some of the advanced technology starting from the US, but we are just in the very beginning of the AI new era. So I think lots of opportunities, lots of possibility are going to happen through the regional enablement.
Yuki, speaking of opportunities, do you see opportunities for a better, more in-depth or wider collaboration on AI within Asia, between Asian countries?
Yes, I think so. And then I think it's important to think AI requires both software and hardware, right? So the hardware components, obviously you need chips to run computers and GPUs, and NVIDIA and Qualcomm and TSMC are the greatest examples. But also eventually you live in a physical world, right? That people call it physical AI or physics AI. But at the physical world, everything has to be manufactured or grown or some kind of physical form, right? So AI on the computer cannot do that. You need to have all the physical constraints and materials, a supply chain, like you mentioned. And then Asia is basically the supply chain of the world. Taiwan has accumulated an amazing, expertise and knowledge in physical space. Taiwan has, for example, the world's most advanced vision technology, right? They are the only one who can make this and that, right? So I personally know a lot of top companies from the US, Japan, Europe, or everywhere go to Taiwanese supplier who, which makes this very specific device just for that company. And then they're the only one in the world, right? So I think supply chain is the foundation of everything. Software alone, we can't just eat or live every day. And then we need something tangible to, that took advantage of the AI advances. And then Asia is the base of basically all AI.
Well, we're almost out of time, but Yvie, I want to give you the last word. Do you think that the Taiwanese environment is ready to support AI development and AI innovation going forward? I mean, both the investors here, but also the rules, the regulations, the government support. Is everything in place to catapult Taiwan into the AI future?
I think definitely this is an area we have to collaborate across region, across industries, so we might learn from each other and move even faster. So the industry trend is open source, AI zoo, and we as a US corporate, we are also transforming. We want to work with the partners in the region and with different partners, ecosystem partners, including the hardware manufacturer partners or semiconductor partners. And in the past few years, what we see in Taiwan, the Taiwan manufacturer partners, particularly, they also want to transform, and especially in this new AI era, they want to not only limit themselves to be a purely device manufacturer partners, they want to be able to provide more value, for example, like total solution or the ASI integrations. So what we see in Taiwan industry is people are more than compared to the previous years, people are more than welcome to work with innovators, staff to bring new ideas to work together and propose a solution to the global market.
Well, what's your take on that, Yuki? Is the infrastructure, the foundational sort of the foundations of the ecosystem present in Japan and elsewhere in the region, in your opinion?
Yes, I think it is growing and happening right now. So in the past 10, 20 years, a lot of successful startups coming out of Japan or the rest of Asia were replicated business model of US startups. So if you start a Japanese version of Amazon, for example, or a Japanese version of Facebook, they become successful to a certain extent, and then they go, public in the Japanese domestic stock market, right? But we are seeing the new model coming out of Asia. So they originate their own ideas, and then they will start at Asia as the target market first, and then become bigger. I think that's a very new development, and then I see it very, very exciting trend as opposed to let's do this something that works in the U.S. and then import it back into Japan or other countries.
Exciting developments indeed. As you say, thank you both so much for your time and lending us your expertise for this show. Yvie Tai from Qualcomm joining us from Taipei, and Yuki Shirato from Techstars Tokyo speaking to us from Tokyo. How do you feel about tech companies pushing out AI features in what seems like every single new product? And which ones do you actually use? Let us know in the comments below. Click the video beside me for a conversation on the right conditions for fostering innovation, and subscribe to our channel and click the notification bell if you don't want to miss more stories on tech and business from Taiwan.